You're very welcome back. Now, the bank holiday weekend is considered a high-risk period for motorcyclists, which is why the Road Safety Authority and the Gardaí launched a bike safe appeal earlier this week.
Last year, out of 20 motorbike deaths, 5 occurred in the last 6 days of July and 14 in the second half of the year.
So biker Stephen Murphy of the Road Safety Authority is going to show us how to stay safe on the road. Stephen,
good morning, Stephen.
Good morning to you. We can't drive home the importance of staying safe on the roads, bank holiday or any time of the year.
Yes. Firstly, can I say thanks very much for having us on the show this
pleasure.
morning. Very important to us as an organisation. Yes, we launched Bike Safe on Tuesday, and the whole idea was to put a special emphasis on, especially this time of the year, as you've said in your opening statement there, of the 20 motorcyclists who lost their lives last year, 14 of them lost their lives in the second half of the year.
Okay.
And at the end of July, 5 lost their lives in the space of 6 days. So,
and Stephen, is the point of Bike Safe Week, is it tips for motorcyclists or for drivers or for all of us?
It's for everybody.
Okay.
Really and truly. I mean, the thing about it is that we have some key areas where we're losing motorcyclists. One is alcohol, one is speed. Right. We have done surveys, a big survey we done showed us that a third of all motorcyclists who died on the road had alcohol in their system, and 50% or half speed was involved or a factor in them dying on the road. So what we're trying to do as an organisation is we have an advert running at the moment, which you've probably seen. And what we're saying is, look, no one likes being told what to do, but sometimes you have to listen. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to get bikers to listen. But your question, Simon, is it a shared responsibility? Absolutely.
Of course it is. It's all road users, isn't it?
Yeah, because
these are serious pieces of machinery, if not handled, like the cars.
Yeah.
But you're so exposed as the driver of a motorbike, aren't you?
Yeah, well, look, I mean, motorcyclists, and it has to be said, Anna and Simon, there are some brilliant bikers out there who take it very seriously.
Yes.
And a high percentage of them.
Yeah.
You only have to look at their gear and their bikes. We have a small percentage who don't want to comply with anything, you know. But yes, in a car, you have a cage around you.
Yeah.
On a motorcycle,
you've nothing.
Can we talk through some of the scenarios just to give people an idea at home what to consider, whether you're a biker or a driver in a car, Stephen?
Yes.
The first thing is your blind spot. Talk to us about this.
Okay, I could show you very quickly.
Absolutely,
yes,
yeah.
please.
If you want to just stand roughly here.
Okay.
BMWs have fantastic set of mirrors.
Okay.
I can see clearly. I can see Simon clearly in my mirror. If you wouldn't mind, Simon, I'll get you just a step towards the wall. I've lost you in my mirror.
So I'm gone.
Gone completely. So if I go to make a lane change and I depend on the mirror only, I'm putting myself.
There's nothing there as far as you're concerned.
What motorcycles have to do is, along with using their mirrors, they need to take a physical check, direct observation.
And as you say, this particular bike has really good mirrors.
Yeah, because some motorcycles have mirrors built onto the handlebars.
And they're much narrower, aren't they? Yeah.
On this bike, the brilliant thing about this bike is I'm a big person. I'm wide, but my arm or shoulder doesn't get in the way of the mirror, neither does my leg. On a bike where the mirrors are out of the handlebars, don't forget, they're static, they don't move, they're on the bike. But on another machine where they're coming out of the handlebars, if you move the handlebar left or right, you've lost your mirror range.
Okay.
Okay, so it's that blind spot then, on behalf of the cyclist, is taking that extra beat to have the look.
Yeah, and the thing about that, Simon, too, is that if you're travelling behind someone, and you see them moving their head,
you know
they're going to do something.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, true. There's a manoeuvre coming up. Yeah, very good, very good.
The next scenario, colliding with an oncoming vehicle when overtaking. And this is so important.
Yeah, there's two scenarios there, Anna. What we're emphasising is someone coming up behind a row of traffic. They see 4 or 5 cars ahead of them. They decide to go for an overtake. When they're out there, the car up the front had its indicator on, turning right into the next road. They meet in the middle of the road. The thing about it is that there's that, and then there's the other overtake, which is just overtaking a row of traffic and meeting a car head on. And in both circumstances, what has happened is the motorcyclist has not read the situation up ahead. In other words, you know, are there bends, are there dips in the road, are there humps in the road, is there a turn coming up on the right? And the big question that all bikers, everybody should ask themselves as motorists is, when you go to overtake, the first question you should ask yourself is it necessary? to
Of
overtake.
course, because as a motorcyclist, you can't anticipate someone indicating at the last second to move out,
No,
Stephen.
well, the thing about it is, you see, as a road safety organisation, we would promote heavily anticipation and reaction in everybody's driving. You should never, the one thing a guard will tell you is when someone has pulled out in front of that motorcyclist, the motorcyclist might say, he suddenly pulled out there.
Yeah.
The reality is that he was in that junction when the cyclist was on approach.
Yeah, when he got
And
there,
it's
yeah.
how you plan and how you react to what's happening up ahead.
Yeah.
That's for
But
motoring.
what's
in
key, as
general.
you say, is do you really need to overtake that
It's
line of
taking
cars?
a chance too.
Yes, unnecessary risk.
In terms of protecting yourself and giving yourself the best chance, if God forbid there is an accident, talk about what you have on you. Give it, like
Okay.
in terms of what you're wearing, you know, in
Okay.
terms of visibility.
Yeah, well, I mean, the underlayers, everything, I've protection, elbows, shoulders, knees, spine. So everything is, all the key areas
Okay.
of damage are protected with the gear. Obviously, a high visibility jacket. We have a narrow profile on the road.
Yeah, yeah.
So the thing about it is we have to make ourselves as conspicuous as possible when we're on a machine.
Yeah.
And it has to be said now that a lot of bikers do that, but a lot of motorists, car drivers especially, when they're at junctions, don't look hard enough.
No.
They just come up to a junction, have a casual look, pull out, don't see that motorcycle coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you know, there is a shared responsibility, as
Yeah.
I say.
But these are key.
Yeah.
This is key. I mean,
Well-
I was sharing a story with Steve before we came in here.
Yeah.
A couple of weeks ago, I was travelling home from work, went to make a right turn, dark now, 10:30 at night, and a cyclist oncoming. I didn't see them because they were wearing black and there was no
Right.
light on the bike.
Yeah.
I got a ferocious fright, not as much of a fright as he got, because he had to slam on. But
But
he had
what I-
no chance.
But it's such a basic thing to do,
Didn't
isn't
see
it?
him.
And just get in the
Yeah.
habit of wearing them.
Absolutely. And we would say no matter how warm it is, you need to be wearing
Yeah, yeah.
PPE, and especially the helmet.
Yeah.
Can I just say...
Can I have a
Simon,
look at this?
You can indeed.
Look at that, man.
You know,
Look.
Is there a certain type of helmet that motorcyclists
Are
need
there
to go
grades
for?
or-
The thing about it is that I'll just show you here very quickly. You'll see a knee mark there.
On that
That's
label, Very good.
that's a European-wide one mark, a
Okay.
UN mark.
Okay.
And when you're buying or purchasing a helmet, you need to make sure that it's either got that mark or the British standard kite mark.
Okay.
But it needs to have approval. And can I just say, we had a case earlier this year. I had the coroner's court onto me. A young lad, 20 years of age, lost his life. He bought a helmet online, and unfortunately the clasp system failed because it didn't come up to the standards. And
So
what
it
we
came
would say
off.
is we have a huge amount of motorcycle shops in the country,
Yes.
and
Use
buy
them.
your gear, go to an
Yeah.
approved dealer who can measure your helmet properly
Fit
for
one
you
for you. Yeah, yeah.
and make sure it's fitting properly, plus all the gear.
And also, I'm sure you can buy lots of second-hand gear, but don't buy a second-hand
No.
helmet,
Well,
I
we
guess.
would say don't buy second-hand gear, because the
Okay.
thing about
Stop,
that on
yeah.
it is that you'll have someone. I met a young lad the other day. His elbow guards were here, his shoulder
Of
guards were
course.
here.
So they're not made for him.
So no,
Right.
it wasn't made for.
What size is this bike, just out of curiosity?
1200 cc.
It's a beast, isn't
beast.
it?
Well, listen, Stephen, we'll pop up some tips and advice on our website as well. Always a pleasure to have you guys in. Safe motoring
Yes.
and enjoy your bank holiday weekend.
Okay, and can I wish every motorcyclist out there
Exactly.
a safe weekend as well.
Yeah, well said. Thank you, Stephen.
Thank you, Stephen.
Thanks
Right,
very much.
Still to come on Saturday AM, we're heading to the beautiful Shannon region where they've given Laura her own boat. They're mad, I tell
What
you.
were
I told
they
them not to.
thinking? Right, plus we've casual weekend styles to have you looking your best, and advice on how to combat bloating if you're not feeling the best. See you shortly.